So I personally did not join any gangs. The Talladega medium high security had a lot of independents. So you have cars, which is basically a gang of people that aren't in a gang.
Yeah, it's like an Oz, the weird people. Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, you got the cliques that stick together. But then cars are also divided by region, like the North Mississippi car, the Mississippi car as a whole. You know, like I was from Mississippi and I'm in prison in Alabama. I'm technically already in the Mississippi car. But Talladega had a lot of independents in that car. And so basically what you do is you go to the guy that is the shot caller for the independents. They don't really need a shot caller because they don't do anything. Mm-hmm. The independents don't start any bullshit. Show him your paperwork. I'm not a snitch. I'm not a sex offender, whatever. He says, okay, cool. Here's where we sit in the chow hall. Make sure you're riding with us. And then if you do have any problems, for example, one time I went to buy stamps from a gang member and he tried to short me about $20 worth of stamps. Instead of me handling that and getting killed by all of them, I went and talked to my shot caller. He went and talked to their shot caller. They got me the money. The dude fessed up, was like, yeah, okay, I tried to, I miscounted. It was an accident. They gave me the money. No problems. No issues happened. And that's essentially as far as the protection went. You just can't really haul off and go fight somebody on your own terms, because if they're in a gang, then they can all focus on you. And then I don't have anybody, you know, that's got my back. Now it's 250 people versus me, and I'm obviously going to die. My kidney's going to be on the floor or whatever. So no, I didn't have to join a gang. I'm not affiliated with any gang. I did not bang like I was tough in there. I don't try to, you know, talk tough out here. I kept my head down, played guitar, spent an unfortunate amount of time getting high the first time that I was locked up, and minded my business, man. I did not ever feel the need for protection or anything.
Were there any, it seems like most of the fights you got in were in the cell itself. Were there any big brawls you were a part of, like in the main area or anything, or did you steer clear of that sort of thing?
No, I didn't get involved in any brawls, but there were a couple of them. One time do I say gang names? One time there was a gang from Southern California that's primarily Hispanic. They got into it with the Puerto Ricans at our prison, and that shit was wild. I think like 40 dudes went to the shoe. I'm pretty sure they had to go put a bunch of people in the shoe at the camp or something like that. No, y'all come to ours, don't you? They had to move them somewhere else because there were so many people. It was like 28 Puerto Ricans and like 20 Mexicans, like just an absolute mob of people, because they were playing soccer up on the soccer pitch, right in full view of the sniper hill over there, directly across from the soccer pitch. Yeah, Kyle, could y'all see the sniper hill from where y'all were? The big dirt hill with the truck on top of it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I guess you guys were a little farther. I had a vague direction of where y'all were from us, but I wasn't sure exactly where it was.
Yeah, it's just over there.
Yeah,
although, like,
they
when
say
I
the camp's over there.
Yeah, like when I checked in, I there's only one X-ray machine and it's up there. So like,
right,
that processing part.
The sniper tower hill, whatever you want to call it, overlooks like a softball field and then the soccer field. And dude, I saw a Puerto Rican dude like single-handedly take out 3 of these Hispanic dudes. Holy shit! Like, I mean, they didn't bring out knives; they kept it skins. Like, all they did was just beat the shit out of each other. When I say they beat the shit out of each other, the way that white Crip stopped on me, they didn't have any of that stopping bullshit. They had no bitch in their blood, as they would have said, because I saw this dude. I'll just call him Bodie because that's like the name for Puerto Ricans, you know, Bodie, Boricua. And man, he turned around and elbowed a dude in the jaw. He went spinning. It looked like an action movie. Like, you know how an action movie is like, it looks like a hard hit, but realistically, they wouldn't just fall on the floor and just like be dead like that. Yeah. This guy was actually like straight murdering these guys. Like, he spun around and threw an elbow into this dude's jaw. And I mean, like, it knocked his eyebrows to the back of his neck. And he spun a pirouette 360 and just fell on the ground and stopped. I mean, just like it was just like a movie. Like, I knew it was a hard hit. Don't get me wrong, but this dude, eyes rolled
and
back.
then they moved on to the other two.
Right? Yeah. There was another dude running at him, and I still remember this dude's nickname because I was actually kind of friends with this dude, and I didn't know that he either cannot fight or he can't fight nearly as good as this Puerto Rican dude can. And he came running up, and they actually he got a swing or two. And I'm telling you, this Puerto Rican dude was dumpy, bro. He looked like a dumpling, like shapeless. He looked like a thumb, like he wasn't in any kind of good shape. You know, big toe looking ass dude. He wasn't muscular or nothing. He was kind of blobby. And he was so swift, dude. This Mexican came over there and started throwing bows at him, and he was I mean,
he was so swift.
Hey, the dude was missing his front 2 teeth. He was moving so fast I could have heard the shit whistling, bro. This dude he's bobbing and weaving on his ass, and he pelted this dude in the face like 4 times, and he went down. He fell on his ass first, and then he kind of flopped to the side. And 100%, I saw it in slow motion. He got hit like 3 or 4 times, like that Kevin Hart joke with the Kevin. He hit me twice. I'm fighting octopus. You remember that?
Yeah.
He gets dinked, and I see the surprise on his face. He gets dinked again and falls on his ass, and I saw the look on his face. Play possum. And he just flopped over. He just flopped over the side. He's like, I ain't ready for Bodie. And then he went on to the next guy, and I'm really happy that none of them pulled out knives because this particular gang, I think, has a rule about carrying knives with them pretty much everywhere. But nobody got slaughtered that I know of. But I know it was a shit show in that shoe trying to keep those guys separated from each other because we could hear them hooting and hollering all the way to the hole. They'd bring a Puerto Rican, and 10 steps behind them, they'd bring a Mexican. And they'd be, pinche loco, vato, yo tengo una pinche cuchara aquí, vato. Like they were shit talking to each other all the way to the shoe. Just like saying, like, I hope they put us in the same cell. And
what
shit
does the
like that.
loser say? Hey, I'm almost 1/3 as tough as you.
Yeah, wall hack.
I'm 28% as tough as that guy. The swiftest fat guy you've ever seen.
That's the best thing, though, is that y'all know the Mexicans were the ones that were doing all the woofing because they were the ones that just got steamrolled. You know, the Puerto Ricans didn't have shit else to say. They were like, we did it. We handled that business. And I don't know where they trained this dumpy Puerto Rican dude. Let me tell you, man, he was McGregor's understudy or something. This dude pieced them up. And I'm totally positive the second guy went down just to like, you know what? I got my ass kicked enough for them to know that I was involved. I'm just going to lay here now.
Right.
I'm good. I don't have to take that anymore.
I can show my missing tooth in case they say you didn't fight hard enough. So like, it's all the Mexicans and all the Puerto Ricans are fighting are like all the white and black guys. Like, man, this is wild. Just watching.
Back up. Get out of the way.
So it's all the white and black guys are just watching a Mexican versus Puerto Rican
back
fight.
up and hit the dirt. You back up and take a knee. You back up is far enough to be safe, and then you take a knee because you already know they're going to tell you to anyway. So
was
you're just
anybody
basically sitting there like, I hope they don't notice this for a while. But of course, within 10 seconds, all units respond to the wreck yard. All units respond to the wreck yard. Situation in play. Inmates on the ground. Code red. Inmates on the ground. And then we're all laying on the ground like looking up from the dirt down here like, hey, did you see Bodie? Hey, Bodie took out 3 of them. Damn.
Is it like all the white and black guys? Are they like cheering certain sides and like, oh, that's a huge hit? Like
I wouldn't say cheering, fight. But there's the oohs, you know, like the collective ooh. Like when that dude caught that elbow that twisted his neck all the way around, like the whole I'm pretty sure that every single eyeball was on that fight out of all the fights, and he got domed in front of the whole fucking prison. Everybody you hear. Just the worst thock noise, just a and just. Ooh.
You know what I've always thought.
But no, man. Overall, I got really lucky with my cellmates. When I first got to Talladega, fresh off the bus from prison, they put me in a cell with 2 very large, muscular black dudes. Did not care. I was cool with that. The white dudes came in the cell and they said, "Hey, we know you're new to prison or whatever." They could already tell because I said, "Yes, I don't care." They asked you, "Are you okay with selling outside of your race?" To which I said, "I don't care." I didn't know I was supposed to say no. Don't sell me outside of my race. Mm-hmm. And they were like, "Look, we're not like trying to put you in a gang or nothing, man, but there's certain ways that things work in prison, and we can't have you in here with these black dudes. Like, you're all good, man, but there's a cell that's over here with this Puerto Rican and this Mexican dude, and you should probably move over there." And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not trying to join your gang or nothing. They're like, "No, we know. This is how it works in prison." They were cool about it. They just said, something happens with a black dude and a white dude in a cell, it looks bad on everybody. We just don't do that here. So they put me in a cell with a Puerto Rican and a Mexican dude.
So you didn't have to be with a white guy. You just couldn't be with a black guy.
Right, exactly. Yeah, they didn't care if who I celled with as long as it wasn't black dudes is what their perspective on it was. So they moved me into a cell with a Puerto Rican that racked up $900 bill in debt money for drugs and checked into the shoe, self-submitted to the shoe, checked in with a bunch of debt. And a Mexican that later we found out was snitching on everybody and was telling on people in the units where they were hiding the wine and stuff like that. So they moved me out of a cell with 2 black dudes that did all their time, went home in good standing from the prison rec yard, didn't check in, no issues, nothing like that. And they moved me into a cell that's supposed to be better for the white guys or whatever, where this dude's a rat and a check-in. Like, what the fuck?
So they actively took you and put you in a worse spot.
Right, absolutely.